Welcome, everyone. We're definitely
Yeah.
all very prepared to session 29 of D&D 5th edition. I'm reading it in the wrong order. Session 29 of the Blue Lamp. This time, we find out what the B team was doing. Tyndall! Hey! This is my
Hey
very
Tyndall,
first
I
solo
missed you.
stream. That's right. Daddy Antir gave me the keys to his car, and I'm driving the girls around town, gender neutral. Yeah. Since unfortunately neither Maxi, Florian, nor Anta could make today, it's just gonna be the three of us. But I decided since Coolstar has been missing for so long that today we're doing it anyway.
Thank you very much.
The family Subaru, the family Saab. Once again, thanks to Anti for helping me set this up. And yeah, have fun warming that damn house. Alright, everybody.
Alrighty.
Yeah, damn. Can you imagine? It's only been a week, but for me, it's felt like a fucking year because I love my job. Anyway, today we are returning.
Why,
to...
Tyndall, why? I will not go through hell. I mean, I already did go through hell because I rehearsed the both sessions, and I'm like, no, why does Omni not like love bites?
No! Alright. Going back over here. And opening up the scene. Oh god, no. Okay. Stream can't see me picking out assets or handouts. Very good. Today, well, rather, picking right back up with Stacy. The last time we left off with you, you had just made up your mind on what to do with Jacqueline, or rather, Woodsman's Bane Jacqueline, as she is known now. A corrupted former druid who, through some circumstance or other, landed herself in the ranks of the Black Circus. But as soon as you figured out a way of how to bring her back to the light side, the circle was attacked by a strange creature, an arbor demon. A grisly creature, a fusion of flesh and wood, coming straight from the infinite plane of the abyss. Let me just put you over here. Can I please get you and Jacqueline both to roll initiative? If you look at the side chat, you can see that I put the PDF for her character sheet in there.
You.
I will do the same for the Arbor Demon. Very good.
This is my roll.
Stacy ruling a solid 15.
And what do we have here for initiative? It's +3. Alrighty. Oh. Nice.
And a 16 for Jacqueline. Perfect. With that, let's get right into it. Jacqueline, it's your turn. You look at the beast across from you and you see that it is truly just a vaguely humanoid creature. There are branches growing out of it, but also teeth, mouths, and eyes. It doesn't make any sound at all. It only glowers at you.
Can Jacqueline see any kind of weak point to that bozo?
She certainly can. Why don't you give me a perception check? And if you want, Stacy, you can give the help action and give her advantage.
Jacqueline will do this on her own. She has to do it on her own.
She has to do it on her own.
I mean, there is a +10 on perception, so
With a 17. She turns to you, Stacy, and says, this thing is not of this world. But this means that it is not strong against things of this world. Indeed. You intuit that it is vulnerable against all damages except force damage, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and poison.
not poison. Okay, so let's see. Nevertheless, Jacqueline will do Malefic Arrow.
Please.
Let's see.
Can you please read to me what Malefic Arrow does?
Yes, a ranged weapon attack. To hit, I roll a d20 +7. On a hit, I do 1d6 +4 piercing and 2d6 lightning damage. Targets must succeed a con save or become shocked until the start of your next turn. Shocked creatures cannot use reactions. If you have advantage on your attack, deal an additional piercing damage. Okay, right now I don't have advantage.
Right now
that's
you
fine.
unfortunately do not have advantage. Please roll the attack.
So, d20 plus. It's a 19.
A 19 will hit.
Nice. So how would she do the Malefic Arrow? Yeah, you see Jacqueline do the pose for an arrow shoot, and you see like a shadowy glow with a little bit of crackling lightning in it, and she has the bozo on side, and she hits with the arrow directly into the bozo's shoulder, I guess.
Yeah. Something that looks like a shoulder.
So, and then I roll 1d6 plus.
Just putting the little illustration I made for Jackalus on screen. There you go. All right.
+4. So this is the piercing damage. So this is halved.
I didn't say it was strong against. It was resistant to them. I just didn't say it wasn't vulnerable. So that's gonna take full damage.
Nice. And lightning. And 10 lightning damage.
Taking 20 lightning damage.
I'm just not quite sure what the con save is, or what the.
If you look down at her spellcasting features, it should tell you her spell save DC.
There it is. Spell save DC of 15.
All right, let's see if it succeeds. With an 18, it does succeed for now.
Then it is not shocked.
But and I believe you still have a bonus action and
yes.
like 40 feet of movement. She's like fast, right? She's a fast girl.
Yes, it's 40
Who
feet
says
of
French girls can't run?
I think Jacqueline would go like a little bit more here. Yes, there. And let's see. I think that's all for Jacqueline.
Perfect. Coming up on your turn, Stacy.
Perfect. So, Stacy was pretty impressed by this shadowy arrow not gonna lie. What Stacy tries to do now is using her guiding bolt to hit the bozo. But yeah, Siska, you know, we do something else. I will roll differently this time, not like usual. I need to see what do I have. Oh damn, I roll a D20 plus 11.
Please.
It will
It will just hit.
Then I quickly roll a D6 to see what will happen. Okay, let's see what this is. One. Okay. And then for the damage, also, so this will transform my. Is it holy damage? Whatever guiding bolt normally does to fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I roll 2d8s for the damage. 6. So what you can see is Stacy concentrates and she tries to evoke her usual powers through the guidance of Mother Nature, but something feels different. Instead of sending out this guiding bolt, which normally has a golden glow and is like beamy, something completely different happens. A little fireball starts and gets bigger and bigger and shoots towards the bozo. And in impact, this fireball does a little burst.
As Stacy looks surprised herself, none look less pleased than the Arbodaemon, which gives a short shiver and you can hear the rustling of its leaves.
So, and Stacy will move a little bit. Yeah, here. So Stacy and Jalkla will kind of like surround the bozo, but not give the bozo like one clear target, like they learned in Druid class.
Very good. Using its first legendary action this round, it's going to use Replant.
Uh-oh.
Perfect. It's going to appear on top of you, Stacy. Can you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
Of course. $18.
With an 18, you do not take any damage, but you are pushed out. As the monster disappears into the ground, then reappears bursting out of the ground right next to you. You are pushed aside, though you manage to hold your ground. It is now right in front of you. With that, the Arbodemon's first turn is coming up. Now,
Brace yourself.
release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. Okay. It starts rumbling. This is the first sound you've heard it make as noxious fluid starts leaking out of its many mouths, and you can smell the distinct stench of putrescence. Perfect. 20-foot cone. That'll do it.
Nice, at least only one is affected by that. Oh wait, it has many mouths. So it could possibly shoot in any direction. Okay.
Just one code for now. All creatures within must succeed a Constitution saving throw. Please give me the con save.
Let's go. Oh yes.
You critically succeed, which means you automatically succeed.
Today the die
Alright.
are on my side.
You take 4 poison damage, 3 acid 3 necrotic damage, I'm sorry. and 2 acid damage.
So 9 and
You get the distinct feeling that you're gonna have to shower once this fight is over.
understandable, understandable.
As you are just drenched in the chewed up and partially consumed remains of whatever other creatures this thing has eaten. Perfect. With that, we're coming up back on down to Jacqueline's turn.
Mm, let's see. Mm. Um, Seeing that her friend is now in a peculiar situation, she decides to use her bonus action to wild shape into a smoke elemental.
Poof.
Let's see. This is an action. How much? Yes, I now have 60 feet of flying speed. So this means, yeah, she goes right in front of the bozo, but on another side of Stacy. And she will now do. Yeah, it just says make a spell attack dealing 66 necrotic damage.
That's right.
So
You
I
make spell
guess,
attacks.
yeah,
It should say in your spellcasting feature what your bonus to spell attacks is.
yeah, probably Jakla spews out like a beam of a foul gas. Yeah, something like that. So let's see. Roll.
You fill the many mouths of the Arbor Daemon with smoke, causing it to choke.
Hopefully, we will see.
Well, if a tree could cough, it would cough now.
So +7 it is.
A 19 will hit. Please roll damage.
Perfectly. Roll 66. 13.
And that's what kind of damage?
And necrotic.
Oh, right. Perfect. Taking another 13. Let me tell you what, this thing is a much rougher shape than it was before.
Perfect.
And with that, we're coming down to Stacy's turn. Stacy, you just
Yes.
watched your friend turn to a cloud of smoke and start choking the damn demon.
Stacy is impressed that even though Jakla is like nearly totally bereft of her memories, and Stacy didn't give her any or not too many reason to still like trust her or really fight for her like that. And yeah, so inspired by that, let's see what she will do. Stacy's nails grow longer, and she tries to scratch the thingy with primal savagery.
Please.
Let's see what will happen. Oh wow, okay. While trying to lean forward, she did not see that there's like a little clump of earth beneath her feet, which caused her to lose her balance, and so her swing goes into the nothing, and she barely holds herself and be up on 2 feet again.
It is very dark tonight. What would you like to do with your bonus action?
With my bonus action. There is like not really much I can do right now because no one is hurt, so all my healing spells are not worth it. And
All right.
yeah, maybe. Maybe I know what I do. Since you gave the clue that it's kind of dark, with Stacy's bonus action, she decides to go into Sailor Moon mode, and she wild shapes into her Stariform Archer. So like all over her body, little starry dots appear, and yeah, she did now sheds like a little light around her, like 10 feet are illuminated around her in bright light.
Perfect. Great. One moment. Moving on one last time to the Airboat Demon. Using its action, it's going to... It's going to use Venom Volley. Let me just see here. Perfect.
Damn, the druids didn't had sport classes enough.
Perfect. Why don't you and Jacqueline both give me a dexterity saving throw?
Mm-hmm. This one is for Stacy, and
16 will succeed. Twenty will also
dirty
succeed.
20.
Dirty 20.
It's the power of friendship.
Which means you only take half damage and don't have any other effects. You both take 4 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
So 4 and 4 for Stacy.
You can see the creature starts growing thorns all over its bark, and with a single loud pop, it just explodes all of the thorns out at once and starts volleying them down on all of you.
Damn. Jacqueline is immune against poison damage, so it's only 4 piercing damage, right?
Yep.
Good.
Since both of you are very trained in
Nature?
yes, in fighting beasts of the woods. None of you are affected by the other effects, and you take minimal damage. Then using a bonus action, it's going to use Omen. You can see all of its weird, freaky demon eyes turn an unholy purple hue as they look at you, Stacy. Oh yeah, please give me a charisma saving throw.
Yes.
An 18 will succeed. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Perfect. And with that, we turn away from this scene for but a moment.
Also, hey Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie. Samara, you don't remember the last time you knew whether you were awake or asleep. Everything in the past couple of weeks has felt like one singular haze. You would give anything just to get rid of the headache.
Oh, just like me, IL.
You don't know quite exactly where you are, but you seem to remember that Tyr and Kirsten managed to drag you all the way to the roadhouse. It seems whatever medicine the weird druid gave you didn't really help at all. Hang on, let me just find your icon. Tell me, Silmara, what is it you're trying to think about while your head is trying just to sleep and your body is trying to fight itself?
I'm I'm thinking about my dorm room back in the university, and that I would make like a little nest for Wettington the Third when I usually go to sleep, so that he, even though he doesn't need it, can also take a little nap.
You touch down on your body, finding yourself lying flat on your back on the bed. There seems to be some kind of ice bag on your head, a fragrant tea by your bedside, and Rattington, for once, exactly where you need to find him, lying on your stomach. It almost seems too quaint, but something feels severely wrong.
When does it ever not?
You hear a faint, familiar voice calling out to you. Seems like you'll be late on your exams again, won't you? You've had 3 months for this assignment. Have you made any progress?
An exam?
Indeed. If I am to test your worthiness, I need to test your abilities first. I must say, I'm not disappointed, but I'm not yet impressed. The vague outline of a horned figure stands at the end of your bed.
Can I take Wettington and like not putting him anywhere else, but just cradle him in my hand and sit up?
Every single muscle in your body hurts as you do so. You wouldn't have time for a quick one-on-one, would you?
I mean, I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon, so make it fast.
Oh, I am nothing if not that. If it gives you any solace, I'm actually here. The demon steps up to your bedside, sits down next to you. So, how are you finding the forest?
Not delightful, not as scary as everybody told me it would be.
Oh, it's really come down in quality, let me tell you. The next time I was here, you couldn't walk 2 feet without bumping into a monster. Those days are over now.
See, that would have been entertaining. But alas, we fixed it. I'm sorry, I'm not, but one can pretend.
I suppose so. I must say, I was worried for a moment there that you and Omni would destroy each other, and then my little project would have been over.
I think you should have more faith in me and my friends, my besties, so to speak. Destroying each other would be quite compromising to all of our goals.
They nod slowly. Quite compromising indeed. Give me an insight check.
Of course, let me search. By the way, hot as fuck.
Your mind isn't quite entirely sure if they've seen this many-eyed demon before sitting down at your bedside table. You can see a reassuring smile and eyes that seem to bore into you. Not just the two in their face, but The many of them spread across the body. Something in between a tiefling and an insect, it seems. But definitely a demon of some sort. 23 insight, holy.
I'm very insightful. What can I say?
It occurs to you almost immediately that you've spent many years with this creature. Only right now it doesn't seem to be wearing its favorite Sunday suit. This is the Archmage.
Wow.
You slowly blink your eyes for a moment as they take on a more familiar appearance. Something wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I like the other one more, but fine.
I'm assuming you just kind of quietly mumble that to yourself. The eternal monologue.
Same. Like I have lots to think about once I'm in my actual mind again.
Forgive my intrusion upon your resting place, but when I heard that you were sick, well, I had to see it for myself. Wouldn't be much of a teacher if I let my students miss their exams. For
But
something
you're
so...
hopefully not too worried.
Well, this is the first time I've bothered you all this time, isn't it? I put a great deal of trust in you despite everything.
Despite everything.
Despite you trying to break into my vault. Yeah.
I mean, I would still take breaking into your vault as a showmanship of my skill and cunning and smart. See it as a compliment.
You'll find quickly that two things are possible. I am here and I am not here. You are sick, but you are not yet dead. Isn't that quite something? They almost giggle with excitement. Oh, the places you will go, you and I together.
Should I be worried?
Quite the opposite, really. I've come to tell you something, but unfortunately I couldn't find Omni to tell them as well.
I can, carry the message.
Why, I was just about to ask that. You are so considerate, Shamara.
Sure. You want
Always
to make
eager
it
to
quick?
prove yourself, aren't you? They chuckle a little bit. Say, when you look in the mirror, what do you see?
Myself?
They start scratching their chin. Yes, very good answer. Now, I've come with some news. I was going to give them to the entire party, and then I was going to pull you and Omni aside, but, well, seems the happenstances didn't quite work out that way. Fact of the matter being is that a second airship is on its way to Wargo. Only it will not land until you've taken care of the local threats. And until the ship lands, we won't be able to extract the blue lamp. For what? For better or worse, you are stuck here, but I think this will give you ample opportunity of proving yourself. As they look at your face, waiting for a reaction, before you even can react, it seems they already read something. Not that you haven't already proven yourself, but look at it as extra credit.
Like grinding my teeth to not say anything.
As you grind your teeth, the pain wanders up into your brain and it hurts even more.
Like, it just can't win, I guess.
I wouldn't strain myself too much. You only have a couple of days before you need to leave again, and you have a long way to recovery. Whatever you caught down in the Blighted Wood, it seems to be staying with you.
Well, I sure hope it doesn't blight me too.
They just actually chuckle now. Very good. A sense of humor will get you very far, Samara.
don't know if that was supposed to be a compliment or not, but I would take it as one. Thanks.
Responsive, too. I'm making all of these observations not in vain, mind. I've learned recently that people respond well to feedback.
They say people in a way that implies that they don't see themselves as one.
Fascinating choice of words.
Peoples, beeples, beetles, sheeples. It's all just words to me. You know what they call people like you down where I'm from?
What do they call people like me?
Well, time for our first abyssal lesson.
He says a word that scratches at the inside of your brain and makes you bleed from your nose.
It's quite a difficult word to pronounce. Be careful not to run out of blood as you're trying to say it.
Before I try, can I get a translation?
Wow. A rough translation. Say a translation into this local alphabet would be Hlatak. That's worth a double H, mind. It means worm. But don't worry, it's metaphorical. You see demons see mortals as worms that till the earth to make it ripe for harvesting and planting. It's a compliment, really. Though I suppose everything is a compliment if it's said unsincerely.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
not
if there's
answering
one
to
word
that.
that doesn't translate into abyssal, it's sincerity. It's one of those things I had to teach them. Well, fact
Was
of
there
the matter.
anything more? Or should
Well-
we have a little tea party while we are at it?
Well, tea is a good word. Is a good choice of words.
Take a little satchel of something and sprinkle a little powder into your tea.
It should give a little bit more of a kick. Should get you on your feet soon enough, though. I must warn you, drinking this tea can have permanent consequences.
That is so ominous.
Well, to give anything more away would give away your would ruin your curiosity, and that is your most valuable asset. Wouldn't you agree?
Roll me an insight check.
14.
In between them chuckling weirdly and never blinking as they look at you, you get the strong idea that it's not that they don't care that they're being weird, they just really don't know. They just have no idea. They really, really have no idea.
That is so unfortunately lovable. Oh no.
You can't help but feel a little sense of relief as you realize that this is not in fact a villain. It's just an awkward scholar.
Yeah. And they are so white. I am so curious what would happen if I just drink this tea.
Your eyes are fixed on the tea in question. Something in between curiosity and disgust in your face. As they go on,
Well, I've also decided to give you my old grimoire. I think it will come quite in handy. Oh, I suppose I should also tell you that once your business here in Wargo is concluded, I will release both you and Omni from your bounds. I have seen what this experiment can do, and I have learned what I need to learn.
Whoa.
I understand you're sick, but I was expecting a little bit more of a reaction. Oh well, just let it sink in.
It's like, do you know when you just got like really good news, but you're also like, what the fuck?
roll me an intelligence check.
God, wait. I am so not. Can I read? Yes. Oh, This is 13. I'm so not intelligent when I'm sick.
As opposed to the certainty you had before, you have almost none now. Where is this coming from? What are they playing at? Where did they come from? Where will they go?
Are they Cotton Eye Joe?
Oh,
A
they
very
certainly have
important
many
question.
eyes. Who knows if at least one of them is made out of cotton. Guys, today is a very weird session for me and everyone involved. um,
Indeed. But we can have more catch up once you land in Moon Lake City. That will be your next destination after you leave here. Once you land on the shores of the city, I will release you both formally. Do have a gander through my old grimoire. I think you'll find it quite fascinating. I've made a point of including some of my old field notes as well.
It is so considerate.
Well, of course, I would like you to succeed. You doing well reflects well on me, and so on and so forth.
But I mean, who do you have to prove something to? That you make sure that I get this.
for just a short moment, you see the other creature show up again.
Oh. Now that's a name I wouldn't even say in polite company.
The laugh is the last thing you hear, and you're once again alone in your room.
You know what? I chug this tea.
Still a little hot, so you burn your tongue a little bit, but your sickness is gone immediately. I need to pull up a table real quick.
Amazing. So Cisco was not sure that you would choose to drink it.
I was
Oh,
like,
once you
sure.
You cannot put a mystery liquid in front of me and not expect me to drink it.
You're
That's
so
like,
true. So
catnip.
true. Xiomara is a freak. They will drink the freaky juice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Please roll me a d4.
A d4, of course. That's a 2.
With a 2. Buzzing. Your body is changing to accommodate your need to chase for secrets. Mechanical effect. You now have a base flying speed of 40 feet. Appearance. 1 or 2 pairs of retractable insectoid wings grow from your back. There's a weird squishy feeling at the base of at the top of your shoulders. Something scratchy and buzzing and flitting. It's like there's a shudder running down your back, but permanently now. Lying down, you can't quite feel it now, but you feel better immediately. Your headache is gone, your fever is gone, you feel almost like you could fly. And you do. As you start fluttering out of bed on your big insect wings. Xiomara, please describe what your wings look like to me.
Oh God, wait. This is so important. How can I make this a quick decision?
It's 1 or 2 insectoid retractable wings. So mantis wings, cockroach wings, ladybug wings, dragonfly, whatever you think, moth, butterfly.
Wait. It's definitely not butterfly.
I didn't think so.
First of all, this is so fucking cool, okay? Wait, we had mantis wings, we have what are those? Wait. I am Googling so much.
And while you Google all that,
Understandable.
as you flutter to your wind, and Lord Rattington gives a worried squeak,
Oh.
You also notice that you are now immune to disease.
Oh, you fuck yeah.
And with that, we close out that scene and go for our very first break. See you
Yeah,
all
breaky
in
break.
5 minutes.
Break.
Coming back from those bug misadventures to these tree misadventures. So, it's now once again the Arbor Demon's turn. Wait, no, we just finished that. Wait, yeah. It's actually Jacqueline's turn, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, Jacqueline is still in her very cool smoke elemental form. She's swirling around, and she does her spell attack with necrotic damage again. Let's see how this will fare.
Mm-hmm.
+7 it was. Yeah, she tries to aim at the bozo. But she was a little bit distracted that Stacy fumbled also, and that's why she missed the shot, even though it was close ranged.
We fail alone, we fail together.
And yeah, bonus action wise, yeah, the smoke elemental doesn't have too much going on bonus action, so that's it.
That's it. I wonder if Maxi put that on the bingo. Stacey, it's your turn.
Yeah, a little bit embarrassed. Stacy tries again with the claws and see how that will fare. Being back in action.
Bam.
Let's
34.
see. Yeah, this time Stacy did not I don't know. In German it would have been such a cool saying, but I don't want to use German because then we have the bingo card. Yeah, this time Stacy fares a little bit better. She focused. She did make sure that there's no clump of earth beneath her feet, so she's stable. And she scratches this bozo like really deeply. It cuts off a little bit of wood, I guess.
You cut off
And
one of the big branches, which is also an arm.
correctly, something like that. And the wound has a little bit smoke around it, like when acid hits a surface, then it makes.
With a loud hiss. You brutally cut off one of the creature's arms. It now looks worse than ever. And with that, it's going to sound the retreat. It's going to use replant as its legendary action and teleport away.
Do we have to do a dex save? Because like when it goes
No.
down into the earth, it. Okay, good, fine. Then I haven't
That's
asked.
That's only when it appears where you already were.
Okay.
And with that, it's not the Arbor Demon's turn. As one last spiteful goodbye, it's going to once again use the Venom volley on you guys. Can you please both give me a dexterity saving throw?
Of course. So Stacy did not make it. Dex plus. Yeah, both. See, we win together, we fail together.
So true. You guys take 13 piercing damage and 16 poison damage.
13 and 16 for Stacy, so 29. And for Jacqueline, it's just the piercing one.
It's going to
Yeah,
use all of
Stacy's
its
a little
movement to
bit
move.
ruffled up, but yeah, she's still fine.
Additionally,
Halfway there.
your
Yes,
movement speed is
additionally.
halved for your next turn.
Okay, just 15 feet. And 25. Okay.
It is now Smoke Jacqueline's turn.
Let's see. I think the distance should be fine, but I quickly double check. What's the oh well, it doesn't really say how far the distance is for that spell, but 55 should be fine, right?
I think so, yes.
But before that, Jacqueline will fly to this location. Yeah. And she tries again with her necrotic beam, smoke, whatever, towards the bozo.
Yes, please.
This time her aim is better.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
Now, there's
16.
no amount of damage that you can do that won't kill this guy. So please describe to me how Smoke Jacqueline kills the Arbor Demon.
Okay. Since Jacqueline didn't want to get hit by a potential third volley involving both Stacy and her to get hit, she moved to the right, and also from this position she gets a clear path towards the bozo, and she collects all her energy into this blast, and she does it like a little bit of like a kamehameha. So like
Yes,
she
she's
forms
channeling.
her hands and channels it on her side, and she mumbles something in Druidic. No one can really understand right now because it was just something so cool. And then she kamehamehas towards the bozo.
And with that, the bozo is slain. Let me just quickly change the music. Mm-hmm. Yes. And with that, you watch as the druids around you finally start to wake up.
Before the druids wake up, Jacqueline lets go off of her smoke elemental form and is back to her normal self. Or what is normal for her right now.
I'm mostly normal self. Hang on, I'm sure I have an asset for that.
Yeah, it's just a Woodman's Bane Jacqueline, right?
Like this.
Yeah. I still have it open.
He. Actually, I think she might even take off her. She might even take off the mask. Hang on. Let me upload that real quick. I hope no one can see my files.
I will not look. I look to another screen.
All right. Gosh, where is she? Ah, there she is. But yeah, she turns to you and says, "Oh, that was bracing, wouldn't you say? A little bit more work than I expected."
Stacy pants a little bit since she's ruffled up, and she kind of limps towards Jacqueline and says, "Yeah, this took more than we expected for sure, but we did make a good team."
She looks at you awkwardly and then slowly pulls out like a 9-inch thorn that's embedded into her shoulder. There you go. Yeah, well, suppose you have to decide my fate now, huh? We saved the circle. Evil is slain. The day is done. Now we can clap ourselves on the shoulder and say, well done, everyone. It's time to go home. But where will I go?
Stacy's face turns grim, and in a sudden realization that she still has to deal with that, and somehow her first plan of like teaming up and trying to evoke Jacqueline's inner resilience against the curse did not really work out as she hoped, and slowly and takenly, she pulls out the obsidian hunter's knife given to her by Flora many weeks ago, as she
Hang on,
remembered.
What are you doing? You can see now there's a little trickle of black coming up from her eye. It's fine. The axe is done. I'm good. I am good. I think I know now how to break the curse. No need to make use of that. She puts up her side and kind of points at your knife. Just kind of tries to move it away.
With a shaky resolve, Stacy steps closer and says, "Yeah, you are good, but nevertheless the curse is still there, and I don't think that you can do it on your own." And slowly she pushes Jacqueline like against a wall or something like that. And
There's no need for this. Please, I swear, I can be better. I can haunt the woods. I can leave the circle alone. I can protect the circle. There's no need for this. In the distance, you can see Ashlyn coming up and watching you. No clear expression on her face.
Stacy sighs and says, I never really opt for death or the harsh thing. Hell, probably I even run away from that all my life. But, and with another deep sigh, and finally the shaking of her body removes, and she's getting calmer. She says, I am Anastasia of the Winter, after all, and death belongs to the circle. And right now, you're not a part of the circle, either the Druid circle or the circle of life and death. So with that, and the knife slowly pushing against Jacqueline's throat, she gathers her strength and goes in for the cut.
We cut away for a
Jacqueline's...
moment. Don't need to describe every single gory detail. We cut away. Stacey just starts stabbing her. Stacey just starts going to town on her. She just can't stop stabbing her. She's like, oh wow, she really hates that one. Damn. We cut away for a moment as dawn sets upon the autumn circle. A flock of birds spooked up by the sudden noise. When all is said and done, there's resolve in your heart. It may not have been, well, there may have been many other different ways, but this is the way you chose. And this is a consequence with which you have to live. As you watch the black ichor slowly drain from Jacqueline's corpse. There may have been a curse once, but you helped her overcome it, and then you took away her choice of ever having to decide whether she wants to go on living. Give it another try if she can ever forgive herself. She will never have to wonder now how she will ever move on from what she was. She will never have to wonder where she fits in this world. You took that worry away from her. You took away her only chance. Slowly you make your way back to the rest of the circle. You can see now, as they always do. Gosh, have we been on looking at Uago this entire time? Oh gosh. No, we haven't. Yeah. So, as the druids now return to help out each other see what can be fixed and what has to be stopped, you find yourself more a part of them than you ever have. You feel one with nature now, and you feel one with yourself. You finally accepted the grim reality of being a druid. Sometimes it's not just planting trees and saving little birds that fell out of nests. Sometimes you have to put something out of its misery. Aisling walks up to you, and even though she has to look several centimeters down just to meet your gaze, you feel at eye level with her. At long last, you feel as an equal. Stacy?
Yes.
Gain a point of inspiration, first of all.
Damn.
Second of all, your strength permanently increases by 1.
Woo!
So does your charisma. No reaction to that. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed by all the gains.
Your alignment moves one block down towards chaotic neutral.
Amazing.
What does it? I have to think about it. You know what? Your choice is up to you, Stacy. You either move 1 block down or 1 block to the left. So either neutral good or chaotic neutral. I am so cool and decisive, and I always know exactly what
Yeah.
I want to say when I want to say it. I'm such a good GM, everyone. You have no idea.
Okay, this is chaotic neutral. Let's see again what is neutral good. Yeah, I think neutral good is more like now what Stacy would do than chaotic neutral.
You've acted against chaos. You've removed a member of the Black Circle permanently. You have that certainty now. She will never come back, one way or another. I need to find the right fucking music for this. You know what? Let's just continue with what we had before. Aisling turns to you and says, "Right then. Suppose you made your choice then." Her face is
Yes.
unreadable.
It did. It was a tough choice, not gonna lie.
They always are.
Normally, yes, they are, but it is the right, or at least I can live with that choice because I did it fully on my own, knowing what I do with that. And also, it makes me sad that I removed the choice from a living creature and choose myself what is the best. It had to be done.
Who knows what she
I
might have
didn't-
done years down the line with the freedoms she now had.
Correctly, and also what could have happened to the circle when she reveals the location to anyone. So I couldn't do it with that knowledge.
Certainly. But you've been reaccepted into the circle, and she might have been as well. She might have had a normal life, a productive life. No matter now. I think the two of us have a lot to talk about. Besides that, we still have a long journey ahead of us back to Wago. I just got word. One of our missing druids has been found again and rejoined the circle at Wago. Brother Philo, you might remember him, he's an adept now. You remember faintly that there used to be this very big brotherly kind of tiefling druid at the circle who always used to make dad jokes, and you kind of hated him at the beginning, but then you really warmed up to him over time. He was also a big friend of Jacqueline.
So with one happy face side and with one sad face side, Stacy says, "Oh, great, they are alive, but well, I guess I have to tell him what I did to Jacqueline. But also, something strange happened. I wanted to use the power or to channel Mother Gaia's power, but I don't know, something felt so different about the power I used, and it changed to a fire spell somehow, and I don't know what happened there."
Ashley looks at you with her big fearball eyes, and for a moment looks like her pupils are slit. She says, Right. I think the changes have finally taken root. You think I haven't noticed, have I? Do you? I was the very first person to notice back when you showed your face back here. You're a dragon, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, you might have already guessed, but so am I.
Daisy nods.
You both nod. We're just nodding at each other now. Dawn is coming over the druid circle. I must say, I completely lost my train of thoughts. I am very, very, very tired. Just from one moment to another, she loses her posture, and you can finally see the bags in her face, underneath her eyes. All right, I need a brief nap, but after that, we have a lot to talk about, Stacey. You go off now.
All right, Mother.
With that, we return now to... Yeah, we just returned to Shamara. Shamara, you've just discovered that you can fly. It seems puberty is once again back with a vengeance, and there's nothing you can do about it.
My worst nightmare, you know.
You give your wings a couple of tries, though the room is a little bit too small. It seems to be around 2 in the afternoon outside now. It's a little bit too bright outside to go testing out your new wings, though for now you're getting in a lot of practice just retracting them and taking them back out again.
Despite, being changed without knowing that you would be getting changed, is absolutely like body horror nightmare fuel. This is still pretty fucking cool.
Once again, every time you retract them or make them appear again, it just feels like a permanent shiver down your spine. It feels like there's a foreign body inside your body. It's like you have another pair of hands on your back, and they can flap really fast. And for some reason, every now and then when you say an S sound, it sounds like a buzz.
Also, just my usual lisp. Very nice.
Ah, yes, my usual zzz, you say to yourself. Well, let's hope that people don't notice.
I can just say that it's like my new quirk. I'm trying out to appear cooler and more mysterious.
Mysterious, yes.
No, I think I'm in the roadhouse. Am I right?
You are so in the roadhouse right now. You're in your
I'm
room,
so. Oh
which you now
God, I'm so
recognize to be
loud.
Lefavre's room, which she does. She
My
or her stuff
room.
are nowhere near exactly. She just gave you her room.
Because she's very nice and I'm too hard to say no to. Um, I think I retract the rings completely, and I'm going downstairs just because, like, when you get better from your sickness, you get really, really hungry, or at least I get really, really hungry. So I'm like, yeah, probably should get some food in me, something to drink that isn't weird demon stuff. Um,
It did
and then
taste
see
kind of
what's
like
up.
lavender, rotten fresh, and anise for some reason.
That is not that much of an enjoyable mixture.
The lavender and anise were a nice note, but then the rotten flesh just comes and you're like, oh, I should
Yeah,
become
like
vegetarian.
not cool.
Alright, let me see if I can find the cowboy. Why am I looking for the cowboy? Wait. Well, that's who you see coming down the stairs. You see a larger bull man talking with a slightly shorter but still very tall and slender elven man with light blonde hair. There seems to be a snowy fox on his shoulder, which doesn't surprise you considering the weather, but though it does make you wonder a little bit. Then you realize that's probably just as familiar. Let me find.
Wizard, recognize wizard. Bullshit.
You can see there's a 7-foot
Cowboy.
bull man talking down to this 6-foot elf guy with a snow fox, engaged in a very lively conversation. Renalan seems like, or rather, the bull man seems like a very interesting person who always has a lot to say, and the short elven guy only ever responds in like very short sentences, and he has a very quiet, soft voice, which would be charming in any other context, but there's something strangely irritating about this man. You can see there's a gaggle of both scouts and guardsmen gathered around them, just asking them questions about the local landscape. You can see Nubis is once again standing at the counter, giving you a wink and a wave. This town
A
seems
wink
more alive
and
than
a
ever.
wave. I think I'm gonna slide up to the bar and order like just some water and some juice.
All right, what
As
kind
if-
of juice you'd like? We've got agave, we've got mango, we've got pineapple, we've got some pears. Brought right here from overseas, if you can believe it. Cost me a small fortune, but it's on the house for you.
What amazing what globalization can do. Mango sounds lovely. And do you have?
Globalization, is there a new is there a new is there a new kind of magic?
I know it's like one of these big words that come out of the bigger cities. Don't question it. Do not think about it too
What
much.
you say?
Otherwise,
You said there's not enough space in the country for big words. As he's smirking at you as he's filling you a tumbler full of mango juice. Oh, go on then, you smarty pants. Explain it to me then. What are the global economic consequences of the markets of different countries growing ever close together while there's an active war zone going on in the far west? Now go on. Tell me what are the consequences of the quarantining of this town on the local economy?
but horrendous consequences, that's for sure. But I believe Tyr could explain this to you so much better than I could. As we all know that wizards, the only thing wizards know is to lie and to study magic and write shit down. So I would just take my mango juice and
That's all right though. Did you
leave
burn your tongue?
again.
Did you burn your tongue on the tea? Roderick had to bring in for you. You looked very sick, but you look fine now.
Oh yes, if you can believe this, I miraculously got better. The tea must have really had the kick that I needed. Thank you, and everybody who participated in the tea.
He looks at you weirdly.
Right. Well, suppose what they say about wizards is true. You know the guy at the counter over there with the white hair? You know what? You know
Yeah.
what kind of name he gave me? You know what he called himself?
Tell me.
Fucker says his name is Love. Love bites.
That is stupid as fuck. I'm sorry.
Yo, can you fucking
I-
imagine it? What kind of mother in her right mind looks at a kid and goes, "Oh yeah, that's my boy. Love bites." I could just nibble him, couldn't you? Aren't
I
you
must
what
have
though?
been
He does
very
look like a snack.
overprotective. No. That's why his name is only Love. It's why Love Bite.
So true, so true. All right, and you enjoy yourself with that juice. Don't drink it too fast.
Thank
I've heard
you.
some people throw up because of that.
Oh, I will try my best. This
Give me a
looks
constitution check.
very burning.
Give me a constitution check.
It's because oh god. Um,
Or saving throw if you like.
it's a
I bet it's because love bites is so normal, Maxie would say.
yeah. Doesn't the prospect of having to explain globalization to someone, just really kills you.
That mango juice is nice and tangy with a great sweet note, but you do get a little bit of heartburn from it.
Not the mango juice betraying me.
It was a matter of time, one way or another. You can see Lord Rattington climbing up on your shoulder and giving the mango juice a short sniff.
Can I like grab like something super tiny, like a tiny cap?
No,
Like a bottle cap?
you just kind of fold it up
Oh.
to him, and he takes a little sip.
I mean, we share everything. That is my best friend, after all. I get a little bit closer to Love Bite and the cowboy. Not
Oh, howdy,
too
wizard
close.
over there. Mind if we have a word?
Sure. How about we take this outside where not everybody in this room can hear us?
All right, then. No, friends of mine. Sorry. I wouldn't worry about that now. Friends of mine, you see, are friends of yours, too. Ain't that right, love?
The other wizard nods curtly. You can see the fox on his shoulder eyeing your rat with derision and scorn.
No, I look back at that fox with the same, like, scorn and disgust.
I think it might be a good idea. I mean, it's lovely weather outside, and I was aching for a walk, if you can believe it. Quite well then, love bite. All right, then, wizard. Fancy a walk outside? I heard you need to get your head clear after you done dunked your head in a vat of acid or something.
I never did that. But
Yeah.
let's take a walk. Which ones of my companions have met you?
Oh, it's quite... Oh, well, I never said anything about your companions, but I did meet...
Well, you said friends of friends, and I don't really know you, so it must be my
All
friends.
right, then. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little bit about your friends you maybe didn't know while we take on this little walk.
You go outside, and it's a lovely just winter afternoon out in Wago. Snow is
Perfect
falling
weather.
steadily. You put on a warmer coat. Renaland put on like a long trencher. Love doesn't change at all. In fact, he seems more comfortable in the cold.
Of course he is.
You take a short gander down to you take a short walk down to the square, at least near it. He starts telling you about an adventure he had with as the big bull man Renaland starts telling you about an adventure he had with Tyr and Stacy. Before then, he notes that he actually used to be a captive of the Order of the Crooked Man, and that's how he met Stacy and Seti for the first time. So he actually goes way back with your party. Love, meanwhile, is kind of a closed book, or maybe he is open. It's just that there's not very much written inside of it. He tells you very curtly that he's an acquaintance of Stacy's and a good friend of Omni's. Omni actually managed to free him from the Black Circus a while back.
Wait, I'm writing this down. Give me a second.
Omni would be so mad.
Omni
also,
would be fuming.
Yes.
Like, I kind of like see you just walks in like up at you, the good friend of Omni's. They're just like in their mind, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Well,
But
I
this-
think
this-
they
but
were
this is
lovely.
also, like deep jealousy. All of a sudden, like, I'm the only friend.
They were a lovely road companion, a great conversationalist, and just a joy to be around. And you should have seen them fighting with a sword. They are very talented indeed.
I've seen them fight with swords many of times. What were you doing at the
Right,
circus?
so I'm a little bit of an ecologist. Turns out I know these woods. I know my way around these woods like I know the back of my hand. And the guards here want to know some information about laying traps and palisades and what have you. I have a little bit of experience with the wood as well. I was actually here on a assignment.
He seems like he's
Sure.
trying to not say the entire truth, but he has a hard time lying also.
Either way, I hope to fill in any blanks that Renala might not be able to fill, though I'm finding myself quite lost for words. Turns out my good friend over here is quite worldly indeed.
You seem to make friends very easily.
Well, suppose my mothers were very prescient in giving me this name. Ain't he just charming? Great guy, my little man here.
He pats his shoulder violently. It looks like Love Bites is about to collapse under the weight of the bullman's fist, or hand rather. And the fox on his shoulder gives a short yelp.
Say, like, I believe they can see like the gears turning in Theo's head. Lovebite, do you like flowers?
Give me a persuasion check. If this man could blush, he would be red as a tomato right now. What you're seeing right now is just a strange purple hint on his cheeks.
15.
I did study the natural sciences in somewhere. Yeah, I know about flowers.
Oh, that's fascinating. You're a wizard, right? But I'm a wizard too. And I just wanted to ask, what is your speciality?
You might call me a wizard, certainly.
I mean, others
My-
also call you a wizard.
People call me wizard, yes. I think what my friend here is trying to say is that his expertise is a little bit more niche than yours might be. Now, I take you for something of a conjurer, am I right?
Yeah, I'm very open with my specialty, and I mean, from one wizard to the other. It is just academic curiosity. We are all friends.
Now, I dare
here
say
after
that
all.
a man and a scholar, which you both are scholars, I think a little bit of mystique is only necessary. Now, my
don't
friend is a
think
little
so.
short, is a little stingy with his secrets, though he does make a great companion on the road.
You see, I don't think one can be stingy with the secrets when we had to fight some of them.
Whatever do you mean?
He starts sweating.
I am. You see, I'm trying to be friendly as we go back with Stacy, and Stacy is quite dear to my heart
You
nowadays.
find yourself in an empty alley. with no one else around.
This is so suspicious. Can we just drop the eggs real quick? I just want to know why someone goes around cities turning flowers into monsters in flower shops.
I suppose. Alright, they've got you there. They've got you there, love. I can only help you keep your secrets for so long. Alright, let me start from the beginning. See, I am not from here. I am not even from this plane. This mortal tongue is my second language, though my first choice for second language would have been Abyssal. Now that's my third language, which both Renal and I happen to speak. Let me not belabor the point. I am a fairy, I am from the Feywild, I am looking for somebody that was missing, and if I don't find them, I have a pack that is slowly going to choke me to death, and I haven't found them yet. I was hoping that by turning some flowers into blights, which is my specialty as a witch, that I would be able to apprehend them. Unfortunately, they were only able to apprehend you and your allies, which is why I know about you in the first place. I was able to find your friend Stacy a while ago, and though she was very lovely and forthcoming, unfortunately her druid circle was not able to help me. At this point I came over here and, got myself captured by the Black Circus, embarrassingly.
He takes down his scarf, and you can see what looks to be either a birthmark or some kind of bruise in a ring shape all around his neck, and it seems to be darkening by the minute.
And it seems like the pact is slowly going to kill me.
Okay. But isn't it so much easier to just say this instead of dancing around it for an entire walk into an abandoned alley?
Well, you might think you've got us surrounded, but there's only one of you. And as far as I know, you have some secrets too, and as it turns out, you're very bad at hiding them too. Worm.
He snaps his fingers for a moment, and your ring of disguise gives out just completely.
See, that's just mean. Here I was.
Listen.
I wanted to ask you guys if we could help each other. But at this point, this is a very, confrontational environment.
I may add that you are the one who helped create this confrontational environment. By the way,
I
snaps his
might
fingers
add
and you're-
that someone created blights in my city that I had to fight. In a flower shop of a nice old lady.
and so we're all in pursuit by some kind of creature, and we're all in pursuit of something else. Now you're just
But I
looking for
think
your
one should
freedom,
leave
aren't you?
citizens out of it. But I'm looking for a lot of things. Freedom is on that list, but not on top of it.
Why? If you're not on top of your freedom might top you instead.
That sounded vaguely kinky. I am.
Oh, I can do explicitly kinky. How about that? We're all in restraints here, partner. We're all choking to death, and whether we like it or not.
Just wait for me declaring this whole session as non-canon.
I quite frankly do not know what you're trying to achieve by threatening me.
I'm not threatening you.
He snaps his fingers again, and you're back to normal.
Just trying to create an even playing field, Samara.
Sure. Not something I quite believe, but whatever you say.
You have the taint of the demonic on you, and so do I. And just like me, you won't be able to get rid of it. My friend over here is in desperate need of help, and as it happens, I am in a position to dispense of it. Now you, meanwhile, I have no idea what you want, and reading your mind isn't giving me a lot of answers besides, well, arcane equations.
Well, my mind is a very unfortunate place to be in.
Indeed. Well, we needn't be enemies, we needn't even be rivals. I'd be happy to enter some kind of partnership with you.
Very good. Who are you looking for?
Well, her name is Fira Delisle, and she was first member of the Wild Hunt. You might have heard of them. She's gone missing.
Uh-huh.
Me, well, I'm looking for an entrance to the Underdark. Fortunately, there may be one very close by, but I can't get there until this whole business with the Order of the Crooked Man has blown over. And I don't know about you, but I don't think between the three of us they have no friends.
They sure don't. You see, my party is also quite in need of support. I believe we can take care of the Order of the Crooked Man, at least these parts, if you want to help us, so that later we can help you.
Nah, don't worry about that. We're all interested in running both them and the Black Circus out of this here forest. A free Wago means we are free to go. Besides that, I can't stand seeing all these fine people suffer. Tell you what, you take care of them, and I might figure out a way out of your predicament, if that interests you at all.
Yeah, if that interests me. Let me think about it for a day, and I will get back to you.
Sure. And remember, a wizard that can't keep secrets is about as useful as a teacup that can't hold tea.
Sure.
Now, how about I get the three of us a nice warm coffee? I heard that there's some ptarmigans nesting nearby, and I would like to take a couple pictures of them.
You can see Lovebite's getting visibly excited at the mentioning of ptarmigans. Anything else you'd like to say to these two idiots before we move on to the next scene?
They were way too easily swayed by me just throwing out random conspiratory facts.
We've ended the era of Samara's storyline where they have stopped being like a dramatic, like dark academia protagonist, and they're just turning into an Adventure Time protagonist. They're like, you fucking morons. Basically, they're turning into Princess Bubblegum. We move back now to the Autumn Dragon Circle. It is the next morning, Stacy, and oh god, you feel mostly well rested, though I shan't speak to where your mind is at right now.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. To calm Daisy's nerves, she decides to find a nice little silent spot, and she starts to do some wood carving because this relaxes her.
Oh, sure. Want to give me a check?
Yes, let's see. Probably it's like a dex.
It would be Dex. Are
check.
you proficient
Yeah.
in wood carving tools?
Of course I am.
Of course she is.
It's in my backstory, you know.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm too dumb to see how I can do woodcarver's tool check, so I just do a normal dex roll.
Just do a normal Dex check and then tell me what your proficiency bonus is. It's a 3, right?
Yes, it's done +3, so 13.
So a total of 13. With a 13 on your woodcarving check, you make something perfectly acceptable. You have half a mind to give it to Tyr as some kind of paperweight. What did you carve?
Mm, since my mind went to Tyr, it's a little egg.
A
And
little egg.
yes. And you can also like pop off top half, but somehow the inspiration for what is inside of it is not yet here. So it's
It's not
just
yet
like a
here
blob.
for
Yes,
Tyr.
yes, correctly. And now we start to rhyme because this is what we do when we dine.
That's so true, Beastie. But worry about it in the leasty, because now Ashling is here to talk to you. Here. Damn it. Ashling,
For psychic damage.
Ashling approaches you from behind and pats your head, saying, "Oh, Stacy, what's that you're carving? Is that an egg?"
For now, yes. And
That's quite decent.
thank you, thank you. She whistles for Pellicro so Pellicro can stuff the egg somewhere in her backpack.
He does so. All right. There's a ritual we've come here to complete. You might remember it a couple of days ago. I'm going to need your help.
Yes, of course, the ritual. What can I do?
You're going to lead it. I will quickly teach you the rites and what to do. But once we've done that, I think we might be on a very good way of saving Wago. She takes you to a ritual circle somewhere outside of the actual grove. A couple of druids are already there. You can see some of the elders as well as some of the adepts you've helped over the last couple of days. They're wearing ritualistic paint on their
Garbs?
face. They're like, yeah, garbs. One of them is wearing a wreath made of autumn leaves. And the crux of it is that there's a kind of pine cone that only grows in this part of the forest. She's already taken care of harvesting it and she hands it over to you. Now, the idea is that with the right incantation and a powerful source of arcane power, this pine cone can grow another fake song, or a tree of similar power to replace the one that burnt down in Waro. What you will have to do is sacrifice a little bit of your draconic blood.
Okay, interesting. Tell me more.
You start to begin the ritual, or rather, you just begin the ritual as 13 druids sit in a circle around the ritual as you stand in the middle, poised with a knife in your hand, the same obsidian knife you used to cut down Jacqueline, and the pine cone in an offering basket. They start chanting a low and lonely song. It almost brings a tear to your eye with its sadness. It's a song about the passing of seasons, the ending of a life, the harsh reality of living in a world in constant flux. Once again, you are taken back to your decision last night. And once again, you find nothing but resolve. Suddenly, the song comes to a standstill, and you know that you must do your part. You inside. That was a little bit too dramatic. You invoke the rite. And say something else. A name. Somebody to dedicate this tree to.
Ooh, this is a harsh.
How about we wait for the ad break to end?
Perfect.
And you have until then.
Saved by the ad break. Whew.
Okay. Stacy.
Yes. Thinking back on last night, Stacy decides to give Jacqueline another, or at least her name, another purpose in life. Like yesterday, she ended something. With she means Stacy. And today, she begins it again.
The ritual comes to a close as the pine cone, infused by the wild magic of the forest and your draconic blood, turns into something altogether different. You can see now as it turns dark and ruddy, the little spikes on it turning a little bit more pointy. It looks almost a little bit like the egg of a dragon. Please add to your inventory jackal tree seed. As he closes this ritual. As the 15 of you close down the clean up the ritual site and make your way back, Aisling takes you aside for a moment and says, "All right, I've sent word back to Wago that we'll be back in a couple days. In the meantime, I think there's a little bit of training we have to do."
Yes, indeed. I don't want to be in a position again where my magic wobbles and I cannot predict what will happen.
Indeed. Stacy, what would you like to train specifically with Aisling for the next couple of days?
Like controlling this new flow of energy, which is not something Stacy gathers from around her, but from within her. And like maybe find the settling point, or like to ground herself and yeah, or some like the magic flows works in the world. I'm not quite sure, because I kind of liked it when we do it a little bit like OG Witcher-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Aisling takes you to a part of the forest you've never seen before. Turns out, a little further away from the grove, there's a secret entrance to a completely unknown clearing. Like, no person has touched this forest for 1,000 years, if not 2,000. It's truly remarkable and beautiful. It's nature uncorrupted. You also know that there's no possible way that anyone could see you here. Aisling transforms into her own dragon form, which you see now for the first time. This huge...
Oh my god!
This huge furred beast with scales and wings and claws. There's a mane of fiery red hair, the same color as her hair color, running along her back, and one horn is completely straight, running out behind over her head, and the other one is kind of bent and forked at the end. This creature looks a lot like Aisling, though it also looks more free, more wild, and more ancient. You never knew the identity of the actual Grand Master of Autumn Circle, and turns out you never are going to meet them. Not who they were, anyway, but you can see now who they passed their being onto. Much like Nash, who passed hers onto yourself. The former Grand Master of the Autumn Circle passed their being on to Aisling. She asked you to transform as well, and the two of you spend 3 days practicing your flying, meditating, trying to control your new movements, trying to control the wild, draconic, ancient magic inside of you. And you are now proficient in Arcana checks. If
So
you're not
many
already.
new cool tricks.
That's right. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Finally, You are tired, but also elated after those couple days. You feel more free than ever. Anything you'd like to do before the two of you leave back for the circle? Or leave back for town. This time joined by like a gaggle of druids arguing with each other and with you about how to save the town best.
Stacy picks up like all her clothes, which lay around widely across this grove, because at first she stripped off her shoes so she could feel the energy around her better, because she had the feeling that with the shoes wrapping up her feet that she didn't feel it so good anymore, and it was hard for her to distinguish between the energy within her and the energy around her. And yeah, because of the transformation, she didn't want to ruin all the things she got. And being the chaotic little sweet bean she is, all the things were lying around somewhere, even though Pellegro always tried to gather them up again. They ended up like
His
on a
will
tree
is so
or
strong, but his legs are so short.
correctly. And yeah, to thank Pellegro for his service, he gets a whole wait, how is the cheese name again? I have
That's
it in my
Sanderdine
inventory.
Jack, I think.
Yes, the Saint Jardin Jack.
He eats almost all of it an entire night. You kind of have to stop him before he overeats himself. Overeats. Add up the barrel as the show of gratitude comes to you one day and gives you a completely new pair of boots. This time with no soles. He tells you not to wear them in polite company, but you get the feeling that you might well do it. After all, now you have an image to uphold.
Damn.
You can add new boots to your inventory for now. I will think of some kind of stat boost for them later. And with that, I believe that is a good point to call the session. So, what we didn't do today was
The cards.
we didn't do the heart of the cards today, unfortunately. We also didn't record the session at all, which means we were just flying by the seat of our pants. But you know what? I'm glad that as many things went as well as they did.
Yeah,
Bottom line,
Went very well.
The die
Stacy-
were really nice to us.
Yeah.
indeed. Stacy already got her inspiration. Shamara, you please also take a point of inspiration.
Yippee.
Well done.
Yippee. Right, everyone. Thanks for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.